In continuation to the last lecture, in this video I am going to discuss some more problems on development of surfaces. Okay. So this is problem number 3. You can see the question here. A pentagonal prism of side of base 30 mm and axis 60 mm long is resting on its base on HP. So the solid is nothing but a pentagonal pyramid. Base side is 30 mm and axis is nothing but height, is resting on its base on the HP. Okay, what is the condition here? You can see with an edge of the base perpendicular to VP. So we know that square pyramid is having 4 sides on the base. Sorry, it is a pentagonal pyramid. So a pentagonal pyramid is having 5 sides on the base. Out of 5 sides, one side is perpendicular to VP, means one side should make 90 degrees with the XY line, that is reference line. So draw the development of lateral surface of the pentagonal prism. Okay, so first I am going to draw the XY line. Symbol below I am going to draw. Okay. Now, so out of 5 sides, one base side is perpendicular to VP. So one should be like this. So this is the top view which you are going to get. So the shape is not exact. I am going to redraw it again. So why I am getting this problem is I am not taking proper dimensions. So I am drawing it as a rough sketch. So you may get like this. So this is the shape you may get, and for a pyramid you know that we'll be having a center point and join all these points 1, 2. So these are all slant edges actually. Now let this top is O, this is A, B, C, D and E. Now project the front view. Here axis given as 60 mm, so we can take axis as 60 mm. And join all the points with axis. So this is O dash, and here we'll be having A dash, B dash, and this is C dash, E dash, D dash, and this is the base, right? So this is front view and top view. Now we have to go for the development of this diagram. Now for the development, remember that we have to consider the length of a slant edge. What do you mean by slant edge? This is nothing but slant. That slant means which is having some inclination, slant edge. Okay, so for this pyramid we'll be having 5 slant edges, that is OA, OB, OC, OD, OE. So out of 5 slant edges, which slant edge length we have to consider? So we have to consider the slant edge which is parallel to this xy line. So you can see this is parallel to xy line. So the slant edge length is here, we have to take in the top view. Now take this slant edge height, that is OD, and you can draw anywhere. So or you can take some distance, it's not a big matter, and draw a arc like this. Now here to draw a straight line. This is O, this is A. Always remember this slant height which you are considering, that slant should be parallel to xy in the top view. So here this is OD I have taken. If you observe OD in the top view, this OD should be exactly parallel to xy. Then and only we will get the actual length of slant edge. For example, if you take OC, so this is OC. This OC length is always smaller than this one. So if you want to get the true slant edge length, we have to consider the slant edge which is parallel to xy line in the top view. So this OD is parallel to xy line in the top view. So I have taken the front view slant edge length. So with the help of this, I have drawn this O point as center, O to this D as radius. I have drawn a arc, some unknown angle. Okay. Next, later on, take any base edge distance, this is, and we have 5 sides, 1 2 3 4 5. So we get like this: 1 2 3 4, and it is going into 5 like this. So up to here it is going. So this is A, B, C, D, E, and again this becomes A. Now with the help of scale, join these edges. And you can join straight lines. So these are all the triangular shapes which we get in the development of this pentagonal pyramid. So this is the solution. Now in such kind of problems, you have to remember that the main thing here is the slant edge which we are taking to draw the arc. The slant edge which you are considering should be parallel to xy line in the top view. If you see, OD is parallel to xy, so that is the reason I have considered this OD length, and with the help of this OD length I have drawn the arc. So this is regarding with respect to this problem. Next I am going to solve one more problem, that is this one. You can see the question here. A square pyramid with side of base 30 mm. Base is having 30 mm and axis 50 mm long. So is resting on its base on the HP. The solid is again resting on HP. The condition is that with an edge of the base parallel to VP. Out of 4 edges, one edge is parallel to VP. So you have to draw like that, and it is cut by a section plane perpendicular to VP and inclined at 45 degrees to HP. So it is cut by a section plane perpendicular to VP and inclined at 45 degrees to HP. The section plane is passing through the midpoint. So what is the height of the square pyramid? Is 50 mm. Out of 50 mm, the cutting plane is passing through at a distance of midpoint means that is a distance of 25 mm from the base. Now draw the development of the surface of the cut pyramid. Okay, so one more name for this cut pyramid is called as nothing but frustum. We call it as frustum. So I'm drawing the X variant first. I'm drawing the top view. So he has given the condition that one of the base edge is parallel to VP. So one of the edge, so these are 4 base edges. Out of this, one is parallel to VP means, so it should be parallel to X line. We know that above XY this is what we call vertical plane, and below XY this is horizontal plane. We already know this, we are discussed. Now draw this. So let it be A, B, C, D and O. Now draw the projections. The height is given as 50 mm. So I am not taking the original dimensions, please keep it in mind. I am drawing it as a rough diagram. So this is O dash, and this point is A dash comma B dash, and this is C dash D dash. So this is the front view and top view of the square pyramid, right? Now it is cut by section plane. Let us assume this piece of scale is a section plane. It is perpendicular to VP. So we know that this above XY this is VP, so it is perpendicular to VP. And one more condition is it is cut by section plane perpendicular to VP and inclined at 45 degrees to HP. So this section plane has to make an inclination of 45 degrees like this, and it has to cut. So like this, the above portion is removed, only the remaining portion is only the bottom portion is remaining, and we have to go for the development of this one. Okay, so consider this as midpoint, and with an inclination of 45 I am drawing the section plane. So if you observe, this section plane is cutting at 2 locations, at this point, at this point, but actually it is cutting 4 edges, that is OA, it is cutting OA, OB, OC and OD. So here we have OA, OB, and here we have OC, OD. So let these points on OA is 1 and OB is 2 and OC is 3 and OD is 4, right? Next we have to go for the development. Now as I told you in the previous problem, we have to consider the height of or length of slant edge. Now one more condition for considering the length of slant edge is the slant edge should be parallel to XY in the top view. So if you consider OA or OB or OC or OD, out of these 4, no slant edge is parallel to XY. So if no slant edge is parallel to XY, now lengths in the front view will not be the true length of slant edge. So for that reason, what we have to do is from the point O, draw a straight line parallel to XY, and next take the radius of OC and rotate it up to this X point, this line. So from here draw a straight line. So let this point is C1, and now join this. So this distance O dash C1 will become the true length of slant edge. Now take this radius and draw somewhere. You can draw at any location, there is no restriction that you should draw beside the diagram itself. So this is O, and I have drawn some arc with unknown angle. So if you require, you can extend it later. That is not a big task. So take this radius. So we already know that this first point is A. So we have four sides. We can cut the four sides. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So you can join. So you can erase the excess portion. Okay. Now this is A, this is B, C, D, and the last one is again A. Right. Next, we have to mark these points. We have to mark these points on this development of surface. Okay. Now in that case, what you can do, you can measure this length. Okay. Now 1 and 2 are on the, 1 is on the OA and 2 is on OB, and again 1 is on OA. So this is 1. This is, you can see OA we have to write in the beginning and end, and this is 2. Next you can measure this 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 will be lying on C comma D. So you can take 3 and 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1. Now if you join all these points with the help of scale, why you have to draw all these lines with the help of scale? Because these are all straight edges, and so this is the solution which you are going to get. Now if you observe this O, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, O, this is the portion which is removed after cutting, and this is the bottom portion which is going to remain. So this is the solution for second problem. And one more I am going to discuss, that is about a cone. So here I am not going to use the scale. I am just going to draw with the help of freehand. The question is, a cone of diameter of base 50 mm and axis 60 mm long is resting on its base on the HP. Okay. Now draw the development of cone when it is cut by a section plane perpendicular to VP and inclined at 45 degrees to HP. So passing through the midpoint of the axis of the cone. Here the cutting plane or the section plane is passing through the midpoint of the cone and with an inclination of 45 degrees to HP. So he has given base diameter is 50 and axis 60 mm. First I am going to draw XY line. So I am drawing a rough diagram with the help of freehand. Draw a circle first. So divide that into either 8 or 12 parts. That is your wish. There is no restriction for that. Now I am going for 12 parts. let it be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Now you can project this towards front view, and these are all the points you are going to get. So the top is O, this is O dash, and here you are going to get A dash, and the next one is this is G dash. So like that you have to mark the points in the front view. And next one is B dash, L dash, C, comma K, D dash, J dash, next one E, comma I, F, comma H dash. So this is the front view and top view of the cone which you have got. Now this height is 60. Let us assume this is the midpoint, and here also you know that above xy this is vertical plane and below xy this is horizontal plane. The section plane is perpendicular, so if this is the vertical plane, this is like this, so this is making 90 degrees here. Okay, if you assume the scale is section plane, this is making 90 degrees with the vertical plane, that's perpendicular to VP, and it is passing through the midpoint and making an angle of 45 degrees with the HP. So like this it is cutting. Now we are getting a lot of points here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now mark the points like this. This is 1, 2, 3, and here it is 4, 5, this is 6 and 7. So at 7 locations it is cutting. Okay. Now project this. And this point is O dash. Here we have a formula in order to identify how much angle we have to draw the arc. That is, if you draw an arc like this, we should have some angle for this. This arc is the angle is nothing but theta is equal to small r by capital R into 360. So what is small r? Small r is nothing but radius of cone. So that is nothing but base radius. And what is capital R? Length of slant edge. So this is the distance from O to G is the capital R, and this is small r. So this small r you can get because base diameter is given as in the question, base diameter is given as 50 mm. So small r will be 25, and capital R you have to measure after drawing this diagram. Now you will get theta some value. For example, theta you got as 120 degrees, let us assume. Now you have to divide this 120 degrees arc into 12 equal parts with the help of 10 10. If not, we can choose this also. With the help of compass you can measure any length, this one or this one or this one, and with the help of this same length you can put arcs like this here, 1 2 3 4 5, like this. You get the same solution. Okay, now I'm going to divide it into 12 equal parts. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So this is going to be A B C D E F G H I J K L and again A. So with the help of scale I am going to draw these straight lines. Now this is how you have to draw the development. Next you have to plot the truncated portion. Now project this one up to here. Here it is 1, and with the help of same radius you have to project this up to here. Here also this is 1. Next project this 2 up to first portion. So you can see 2 is lying on OB and OL. It is lying on OB and OL. So after drawing up to this portion from here to here as radius, project this point here, and you have to do all with the help of compass. This is 2, this is 2. Similarly project 3, project point 3. Remember all these positions should be parallel to xy line, and from here to here as radius. So this 3 is lying on C, and one more is K. And this is K. The same manner project 4 and rotate it. 4 is lying on D and J. So this is 4, and where you have J, here this is J, this is 4. Next 5. So 5 is lying on I and E. Where is E? Here it is E, and where is I? Here it is I. This is 5. Next 6 and 7. So 7 is lying on G. Here we have G, and 6 here and here. So I am drawing this in the rough manner, please don't mind. So like this you may get the curve. Okay, now this portion is the removed portion and this portion is the remaining portion. So this is how you have to draw the development of cone which is cut by a section plane. Thank you.